I always loved riding my bike along the country roads around my house. It was my way to escape the hustle and stress of city life. One autumn day, I decided to go on a longer ride than usual. The leaves had already started falling, and the road was covered with a bright carpet of red and gold leaves. The wind was cool but fresh, and I felt alive as I rode down the deserted road. After about an hour, I noticed an old farm I had never seen before. It stood on the outskirts, surrounded by tall grass and crumbling fences. Something about this place drew me in, like an invisible force calling me. I left my bike at the gate and walked inside. The house was big and old, with peeling paint and broken windows. The door creaked on its hinges as I pushed it open and entered. Inside, everything was covered in dust, and the air smelled of old wood and mold. The walls were adorned with photographs and paintings, capturing scenes from the lives of former inhabitants. These were portraits of the family who once lived here. The faces in the photographs seemed familiar, but I couldn't understand why. In one of the rooms, I found an old diary. Flipping through it, I learned that this was the house of the Harper family, who disappeared without a trace more than 40 years ago. As I read the diary, I learned about strange events that had occurred in this house: night rustlings, strange figures seen out of the corner of the eye, and finally, the mysterious disappearance of all family members. The last entry was especially terrifying. We hear him every night. He comes for us. This is our end. Suddenly, I heard a rustling behind me. Turning around, I saw nothing but a shadow flickering in the corner. My heart started pounding faster, but I tried to calm down. Maybe it was just the wind playing with the curtains. I continued exploring the house and came across an old staircase leading to the attic. I didn't know why, but I was drawn to it like a magnet. The stairs creaked underfoot, and every step echoed through the empty house. The attic was dark and cold. Suddenly, I noticed something in the corner. It was an old doll lying on the floor, with a faded face and empty eye sockets. When I picked up the doll, something soft brushed against my hand. It was a small piece of paper, rolled up and tied to the doll's arm. I unfolded it and read, "He is still here." At that moment, I felt the hair on the back of my neck stand up. No sooner had I set aside the note than I heard a soft, sinister whisper behind me, "Leave." I turned around sharply, but again saw nothing. Panicking, I rushed down the stairs, trying to leave the house as quickly as possible. When I reached the door, it slammed shut in front of me with a loud bang. I tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge. The whispering grew louder, filling the entire space around me. Suddenly, the door flew open, and I was thrown outside, as if by an invisible force. I fell to the ground and, without looking back, ran to my bike. Pedaling as fast as I could, I tried to get away from that cursed place. When I got home, I tried to forget what had happened, but the whispering still echoed in my head. Days passed, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Every night I woke up to the same whispering coming from the darkness. It repeated the same word, "Come back."